It's caused by a board, a box, or even a violin. It's TV's most unforgettable affliction, and it's part of our television heritage.
What is it, Dr. Amnesia?
It sure is, and it's TV's favorite neurological disorder.
Amnesia?
Superman's had it.
Who is Superman?
Max did too.
Who are you people? What do you want? What am I doing here?
And Lucy, Rob, Agarn, even Flipper.
Amnesia.
He's lost his memory?
Amnesia. It's part of our television heritage. Look for it on Nick at Night. Its geometry is timeless. Its power is mystical. And it's great at parties. It's the triple. And it's part of our television heritage.
Mel, can I get you something? Cup of coffee, donut, toupee?
A triple is when two words or ideas set up a pattern. A third interrupts it with a punchline, and the result is a joke.
He's a hawk, you're a dove, Ted's a cuckoo.
Easy to learn, fun to use, and
Shoehorn.
the triple. It's part of our television heritage. Look for it on Nick at Night. Many have blustered and many scowled, but only Reuben shifted his hair. Watch it again. That's the Reuben hair shift, and it's part of our television heritage. Reuben Kincaid was a classic TV curmudgeon like Perry White and Mr. Mooney, but only Reuben had the hair shift. It said joy, resignation, concern, satisfaction.
Wonderful.
Look for the patented Reuben hair shift on The Partridge Family here on Nick at Night. They appeared in virtually every episode of The Bob Newhart Show, but never made the credits. They're the Elevators, a part of our television heritage. The Bob Newhart Show was the first to exploit the comic possibilities of this everyday technology. Dramatic reveals, memorable moments, and always perfect timing.
Carol, don't you think you're acting just a bit hasty?
Bob Newhart's Elevators, going up nightly here on Nick at Night. William Frawley and Vivian Vance, who played America's best-known next-door neighbors, almost weren't a part of our television heritage. Lucille Ball had worked with actors Gail Gordon and Bea Benaderet in radio, and she thought of them for the roles of Fred and Ethel Mertz. But due to other commitments, they had to say no. The parts went to Frawley and Vance, who turned out to be a perfect team. Who could imagine anyone else as Fred and Ethel? A classic couple on the home of classic TV, Nick at Night. Barbara Pepper as a customer. Barbara Pepper as a nurse. Barbara Pepper buying meat. She's Barbara Pepper, and she's part of our television heritage. Lucille Ball and Barbara Pepper met as young, glamorous Goldwyn girls in Hollywood. Later, Barbara appeared in I Love Lucy in a variety of roles because Lucy loved having friends on the set. You may remember Barbara Pepper in her later role as Mrs. Ziffel on Green Acres, but now you can look for her in I Love Lucy here on Nick at Night.
We're having a baby, my baby and me.
Yes, it's a blessed event, and it's part of our television heritage. In 1953, Lucille Ball became the first actress ever to be shown pregnant on the air. Because doctors had advised her to have a planned cesarean, Lucy was able to schedule the TV land birth of Little Ricky, which had been filmed months earlier.
Ricky, this is it.
So that it aired on the same night as the birth of her real-life son, Desi Jr. America felt that Lucy and Ricky were part of the family. That's why 44 million aunts and uncles tuned in for the birth of Little Ricky, setting a new record for the largest TV audience ever. The birth of Little Ricky, a part of the birth of classic TV that you can watch today on Nick at Night. Who was cast as an extra, then spent 5 years stuck in Louis' cage?
Guess who?
One tough way to become a part of our television heritage. Actor J. Allen Thomas started as an extra, but his role soon earned a name.
Jeff? Yeah.
Then, lines,
It's your mother calling.
and even dramatic moments.
I think the deal stinks. The whole thing stinks.
Watch the emergence of Jeff, the other guy in Taxi's cage, only on Nick at Night.
Now entering the ring, weighing in at 160 pounds, he's the #1 contender in
Our television heritage. Before Taxi, Tony Danza had been a professional boxer with a winning record. So many of his Taxi fight scenes were actually shot with pro fighters. And when WBC welterweight champ Carlos Palomino appeared, he accidentally gave Tony a real left hook. Watch Tony's fights from the front row, only on Nick at Night. It was a taxi accident that became a part of our television heritage. This classic show open came together by accident. The Queensboro Bridge shot was never intended for the open. It's too short. Only editing tricks make it long enough. The music, another accident. Composer Bob James had written it for the episode Blind Date, but it turned out to be the perfect theme song. Watch A Taxi Accident, the open, every night on Nick at Night. It's something you weren't supposed to see. It's Jeannie's belly button, and it's part of our television heritage. When I Dream of Jeannie was conceived in 1965, Jeannie's harem costume was considered quite risque. So network censors drew the line right above Barbara Eden's navel. They were even stricter with bathing suits. Larry Hagman somehow managed to get around the belly button rule. And if you look closely on rare occasions, Barbara Eden did too. Don't blink, or you'll miss Jeannie's belly button on I Dream of Jeannie, only on Nick at Night.